What's going on, family? Welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews, where today we're going to be discussing a movie called Prey, the fourth installment in the Predator franchise. And this movie, for the most part, is back to basics. It returns to form with a tremendous atmosphere and suspense that unfortunately won't be experienced in the theater for most of us, right? But after checking this movie out, man, as a lifelong fan of this franchise, I'm admittedly kind of biased, because I enjoyed the first two films. Um, I enjoyed Predators with Adrian Brody. Necessarily didn't enjoy the last one. Um, but overall, since the revolutionary classic of the first film, which was produced by, Fox, and their four sequels, I've thoroughly enjoyed every movie. But still, there was things to critique. A perfect sequel hasn't been made, and may never be made. But all I can say is that this new film has an effectiveness about it. I love that they put it back in the wilderness, which has this ambience about it, a suspense, which brings us back to the first film, and I feel like that warrants a great excitement and praise. Um, I was skeptical with a few things, judging by the trailer, but seeing the final product, I can say that no matter the logic holes in this film, which there were many, in the mismatch of the Predator versus the actual prey, I believe the girl in the film did a great job. The film is executed quite well. It actually surprised me in many ways. Um, the setting or the settings are phenomenal, and they basically amplify the whole project, the overall product. Dan Trachtenberg, to me, had a really good sense of what he was doing. He had a keen eye for detail, as seen in his previous films, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and shows it once again in this film. The costume design, to me, captures a completely different time frame, as this movie is kind of a prequel, and they did that in an awesome way as well. It shows a more prehistoric Predator that might be the best that we get visually yet. The CGI effects are used very sparingly throughout the runtime. I wasn't too impressed with the CGI. I think the CGI could have been better. I think they could have took their time with the CGI, or maybe put a couple of more dollars into the project. But it wasn't. It was kind of a breath of fresh air when utilized. It was very believable when it was on screen. The music and the sound is crisp and pretty powerful, and adds so much to the story. The acting is bare bones, but for the story, it has to be, as far as context, was really put together well. You know, for me, it was a shame that this had to be on streaming services. I think this movie could have definitely been in the theater. Maybe not a blockbuster, but it could have definitely had a screen time. The cinematography, the scenery in this movie is so beautiful. And regardless of what you hear about this film, I'll let you know from now that, it returns to its roots as far back as it could. There's a lot of great suspense aspects in this film. And this one should definitely be another welcome to the franchise as as not only an action but a Predator fan. I feel like what, to me, one of the negatives about the movie was its wokeness, right? To me, it kind of ruins yet another movie. You have a female who's trying to prove she can be a warrior, a hunter of her tribe, and what's crazy is she fails right during the film to kill a bear, right? And that's fine. But yet she's able to defeat one of the greatest hunters in movie cinema, in the universe. That, you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying she does, but if you're a fan of the original, to me, honestly, you might be a little disappointed with this one. It's just what they're trying to say in this movie, that women are just like men but better, because they don't rely on brute strength, and it's cool. You know what I mean? I understand you want to make women and men equal, which in many ways we are, but if you have to make it relatable, you need to make it believable on screen. When you have a girl that's barely 80 pounds and going against the predator, you got to make it a little more believable. And there's certain aspects where it has a lot of conveniency. There's a lot of things where it's like it could be a little confusing, and then all of a sudden, conveniently, something happens. The characters in this movie pretty much are interchangeable. You're gonna see a lot of carnage candy, which I enjoyed. You're gonna see a lot of deaths. That's really not a spoiler. If you're coming into a Predator film, you know that there's gonna be a lot of deaths. To me, every single plot development, it hinged on luck. It hinged on convenience. Characters knowing things that they could possibly know, and constantly changing behavior by the Predator. This movie to me was borderline good. Let's not even forget the white trappers. The white people are evil, blah, blah, blah. This movie tried to paint a little too much. It kind of reminded me of a Jordan Peele movie, even though he likes to put in social issues. He likes to put in that social commentary. But even he doesn't go overboard like this movie did. You know what I mean? Once you see it, you're gonna understand what I mean when it comes to. It's very convenient. That's really all I can say about the movie. I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you're down to sit down for 2 hours and watch an action flick, this movie isn't gonna disappoint you in that way. So definitely go check it out. Let me know what you thought about the film. Hit me up on my Discord. And that's pretty much the movie in a nutshell. Prey 2022. You can definitely catch it on Hulu August 5th, which is today. So if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and I look forward to you watching in the future. Peace.